Super Falcons are now in Morocco preparing for their WAFCON 2024 campaign, which kicks off in 6 days' time now, as they take on Tunisia in their opening match of the tournament before they eventually face Botswana and Algeria in the group stage. We are going for our 10th WAFCON title. I know that the NFF have tried to make some buzz on social media around the Mission X and everything that is being done. They played a game yesterday against Ghana, and it was a rotated starting 11. We saw Oluwehi in goal. Oshoala was on the field. Ihezuo was also a starter, and the team ran out 3-1, 3-1 winners. Goals from Ihezuo, Oshoala, and captain Ajibade. So comfortable victory for the Super Falcons over the Black Queens. It was one that I was happy to see. I was happy to see that the coach rotated the squad a little bit. I would have hoped that it was a game that we were able to watch, but unfortunately the match was not televised. It was a dark friendly. They said for tactical reasons they did not want us to be able to watch the match, but they tried to keep us as updated as possible. Um, some other players came on in the second half. I'm going to guess that the coach tried different ideas, different tactics that he has. But the Super Falcons are going into this tournament officially after playing three friendlies so far in 2025. I hope that they are well prepared. I hope that they will be able to go and put in a quality performance. I know that the players are very intrinsically motivated, and I use that word with intentionality. Intrinsic motivation, it is motivation that comes from within, because externally they are not being motivated by the NFF. No, they are not. The Super Falcons are not being treated like they should be treated. The NFF is not, the NFF is active on social media talking about Mission X, talking about how they have to win it. But in terms of showing behind the scenes and showing to the players that the way you say you're motivated is the way you're actually trying to motivate the players and encourage the players and make sure that the players feel the support from the federation. That is not happening. The players are not feeling the support from the NFF going into this tournament. They just aren't, because the NFF are not making them feel like they are important or like they matter. They are just doing things very haphazardly. They are just doing things anyhow. And I think it is rather unfortunate that that's the way it is. This is not new to us, unfortunately. But as somebody that I speak to a lot of the Super Falcons players very often, and I know a lot of the things that they go through behind the scenes, and I've been an advocate for the Super Falcons and their mistreatment or their lack of treatment, lack of acknowledgement for a very long time. I will continue to speak up about it, even though some people might disagree with me, some people might want to insult me, some people might want to debate me. Somebody said, "Me, I'm the reason why the Super Falcons will not win the WAFCON because I'm complaining too much." And I think it's rather unfortunate that we kind of live in a society whereby if you call things that are going wrong out, people say that you complain too much. They don't they don't like to face or address the people that are not doing the things that they should be doing that you are complaining about, but then they try to put it on you, that is pointing out these things that are wrong, that is pointing out these things that are just blatant disregard or blatant mistreatment of our stars. I think it is rather unfortunate. And I really hope that a lot of things change in the way that we treat our women's football. Just imagine you are creating or trying to create a buzz on social media, but your seriousness does not surpass social media. Like, just imagine that, the players arrive in camp, nothing. Nobody talks about it. Nothing goes into it. For me, it is just something that's rather unfortunate. I pointed something out on my social media channels the other day. If you guys remember, in 2024, when the Super Eagles were going for the AFCON, you guys remember the fanfare. You guys remember the NFF contracted people to make outfits for them. They arrived, they departed in style, arrived at Ivory Coast in style. All the Super Eagles players coordinated, looking dapper, everything. I hope you guys remember that. Our Super Falcons, Mission X, 10th title. The most successful team in the whole of Africa, whether male or female, going to try to win their 10th title, you cannot even get them to wear at least matching tracksuits to go. No photos, players arriving helter skelter, no organization, just anyhowness. But oh hey, Mission X, we should be excited at least. Mission X, you know, it's things like that that when I see it, it just rubs me the wrong way. Even the players, when they see these things that are happening or that are not happening, whichever way you look at it, it doesn't make them feel good. It doesn't make them feel valued. It doesn't make them feel respected. That's why I laugh when people say, oh, pointing it out is going to distract the players. The players are already unhappy about the way they are not being appreciated, about the way they are not being valued. They're already unhappy. So, me coming to talk about it is not going to distract them in any way. If you had done it, the players would have been happy. I wouldn't talk about it. There will be no assumed distraction. But the fact that you didn't do it or you didn't even do anything, the players are already unhappy about that. I come to talk about it. And then now people in the media, fans are going to talk about it. Yes. And then you think that that is distraction, but you could have prevented all of that ripple effect from happening. It's something that just makes me honestly very, very sad. And again, in comparison, I'll give you guys some context for comparison. In comparison, you look at the Zambia women's national team arriving for the WAFCON. This is how the Zambian women's national team arrived. Nice tailored, outfits. You can see them holding their jackets in their hand, looking good, looking excited, looking happy. That is the Zambia women's national team. We also have the Ghana women's national team. This is the Ghana women's national team. Yes, they might not have the most beautiful outfits, I will say that, but they are coordinated. They look like a team. That's Ghana. We have the Lionesses of Senegal arriving. Oh no, sorry, is it Senegal? Yeah, is it Senegal? Yeah, I think so. But you can see them in their traditional outfits, looking very coordinated. The players will feel appreciated. The players will feel like okay, they are going to fight. They are going to do something. Do Ghana have more reputation or more money or more this thing than Nigeria than the Super Falcons? Do Zambia have? Do Senegal have? There are other photos of other national teams like that. But then Nigeria, somebody on Instagram was saying, is it by Ashoebi? And that's the thing that a lot of people or some people don't understand. That nobody is fighting for you to wear them Ashoebi to go for a tournament. That's not what anybody is asking for. We're just saying treat them with value, treat them with respect, make them feel special, make them feel like they are who they are. You cannot be making noise about wanting to go and win a 10 title, but not even have any kind of welcome for the players when they arrive there. Not even have any kind of any kind of coordination. You know, we are the only ones that we train in our old jerseys when they are supposed to have proper training kits. We train in our old jerseys. Just so many things behind the scenes that does not really make sense the way we do it. But then when you complain, some people on social media that don't really think about these things will say, you're complaining too much. Oh, it's not by Ashwebi. You are distracting the girls. But you don't think that the things that the NFF is not putting in place is what is actually distracting them or what is actually making them not feel great. Some people say, don't talk about it now. Talk about it after the tournament. What do you mean talk about it after the tournament? You have to address things as they are happening, especially as the players are not happy about it. I know this for a fact because I speak to Super Falcons players. They are not happy about the way the NFF has apparently not been interested in them going into this WAFCON. They are not happy about it. They want the NFF to treat them like how they are supposed to be treated. They want the NFF to acknowledge them. You know, they are not saying give us Ashoebi, but they are saying if truly you say that we are serious about winning this Mission X and you want to support our, ambitions to win Mission X, then the least you can do is take picture of us as we're arriving. Even if it's matching tracksuits, you don't want to spend money on getting us any custom outfits. At least let us feel welcome. Let us feel special. They don't do these things. I showed you guys pictures of Ghana, pictures of Senegal, pictures of Zambia arriving at the WAFCON, all dressed up in one outfit, taking photos at the airport, taking photos on arrival, looking like a team. Nigeria, nothing. The first photos that we've seen out of Morocco are photos from the match yesterday against Ghana. No other images, and they've been there for a couple of days now. How are fans supposed to be interested? How are people supposed to be invested in them? It's not just buying Mission X and posting on Twitter and posting on Instagram. There are different things that go into this. I have more to say about this. But like, I want to hear your opinion on this. Because I made a post on social media, people were saying all sorts of things. But what do you think about that? Super Falcons gets to Morocco, no welcome, no anything from the NFF. They just got there. We don't even know when they arrived.
You know, I have to eat. I have to drink from another cup on this matter, and I know somebody, this person in charge of Mission X. I think they conceived the idea very late, in my opinion. I think the planning that goes into that Mission X. I don't think they have the sponsors they had for Let's Do It Again. I don't think they had that same sponsor. I think, and you have to be honest too, uh, people are not really buying into women's football. That in Nigeria, we know that, and it's just sad that it is that way. For example, now before the Super Eagles, before the Morocco 2025, now they already started the like similar to like Let's Do It Again campaign. And we're still in June. Okay, we're probably in July very soon. But they started that and they go get sponsors for that. So in my opinion, I just think that they conceived the idea of Vision X very late. And maybe because the team also traveled from Portugal to Morocco, there was no like a proper send forth, for them. It was a team that was just assembling in a hurry in Abuja to Portugal, from Portugal to Morocco. I don't, I cannot just it's not as if I'm trying to like defend the NFF here. I'm just trying to look at it from a different side of things, because these guys, they don't have idea. It's okay. It's only few people that can actually what make things actually what happen. Maybe they will learn. Because I'm hearing that Morocco will also hold the next one next year. Maybe I hope it's not going to be Michan X against Go Michan X. So maybe probably we'll be winning this one. And I just think that because I was I have an idea that they are trying to get the support of the first lady, and everything, just to make sure that they get those support for the team. I don't think that is actually what's forthcoming.
But Milai, my question to that is, for let's like, I'm not even I personally don't get into these their social media campaigns. What I'm also talking about is just acknowledging them, valuing them, treating them with respect. Like I said, even if you don't have, let's even pretend like there is no money to do custom outfit for them. Like the way these Senegalese people have their custom outfits. Let's say you don't have money. Okay, Zambia came with their custom outfit. None of them are going for their 10th title. Oh. Ghana did not do custom outfits, but at least they all wore their whether it's be their casual, this thing camp outfit, and took picture together to just at least show everybody this is our team. These are people that are going to battle for us. Is that too much for us to do? Let's say
You
they are
know,
flying from Portugal. But okay, now that everybody has arrived, can't you say, okay, everybody, you guys, come, let's take picture. Let's show people that okay, these are people that are coming to battle. Is that really too much for us to do, no
you
matter
know,
when the idea of Mission X was conceived or not?
sometimes when you find some things very easy, you don't you don't they don't you don't value them that much. For example, now Zambia wants to go for their first title. Senegal wants to make an impression. That's how AFCON. Ghana has never won this thing before. I don't know, maybe they've won it once or so. But what they're trying to do basically is that they want to make an impression. But Nigeria did not value women football. Let's be honest ourselves.
Mm.
And I just think that is some people in that NFF that are trying to project this team very well. And they're not getting the fund they're meant to get. The Super Eagle matter that is taking their head. Super Eagle matter, under 20 matter, Flamingo matter. That's what is in their head. For me, I just think that it's has to do with what? With planning. With planning. This NFF, they are broke and they are not intelligent. They don't know where to get money from. It's okay. You can't run it's because the most successful team in Africa, you don't know where to take them to and get support for them. So for me, I think it's like they are not intelligent that much. So and they do also add values to all these things too. So these are small things. If you can even involve a local tailor to make an outfit for them and try and like just present it, it's low cost. But that low cost I'm talking about, somebody will still want to sit on top of it,
Mm.
and consume the money. Okay, for example, now, will all these things cost 1 million naira or 1 million plus? If you have a proper local tailor, all these things, outfit and everything, should not be less than 2-3 million,
A lot of people would even do it for free
for free.
in exchange for maybe some publicity.
Publicity, yes. So, but they don't, if you look at, with due respect, uh, they prioritize something different.
Mm.
With due respect, I saw one of them playing football in Abuja Stadium. They are
Mm.
showing his highlights. So is he joining a club? They're showing his highlights. Hey, with his big belly. They're
Mm.
showing his highlights. And that's something. Yes, that is not what we want. We want action.
Mm.
We
See,
want action.
let me even point something else out. And I want people to listen to me properly when I talk about this and not misinterpret or misunderstand what I'm saying. And not take it the wrong way. But the Super Falcons went to play a friendly in Portugal, preparing for this tournament. Do you know how many people from the NFF or NSC were there?
Hmm.
Not a
Hmm.
single one.
Hmm.
If the Super Eagles were playing a friendly versus Portugal,
Mhm.
how many of them will be there? Almost everybody.
Mhm.
Whether the match is a regular friendly or a friendly preparing for a major tournament, they would all be there.
Mhm.
Even if it's just for the fun of just going for the match and just so that at least camera can show them during the game, they will be there. Super
Mhm.
Falcons are going to prepare for the tournament. None of them follow them there.
Hmm.
Shout out to William Trustekong. Ekong is doing some good work back home in Nigeria.
Mhm.
But Ekong had his charity match on the 22nd of June.
Mhm.
The friendly against Portugal was on the 23rd of June. They were all at Ekong's event. They were all not at the Super Falcons match.
Mhm.
What does that tell the players? That what William Trustekong is doing is more important than what they are doing.
Mhm.
That's the message that you are sending. And this is not to say that Ekong does not deserve to have NFF or NSC present at his event. No, that's not what
Mhm.
I'm saying. But if Ekong is doing an event a day before the Super Falcons are playing a high-profile friendly to prepare them for the tournament, what in a same climate, what is supposed to happen is that Ekong's event is the one that will see less presence.
Mhm.
Because it's unfortunate that you timed it wrong and you put it when we have an event coming up, like Super Falcons playing a big friendly preparing for the tournament. But they were all Ibrahim Gusso was there, Shehu Diko was there, a lot of the other people in the Federation and the NSC were there at Ekong's event, and none of them followed the team to Portugal to go and support them. And I know that the players were very, very unhappy about this because even the players like Ekong, they are friends with Ekong, they like what he's doing. But they look at it that how do you prioritize a charity event over us? You came to them before they went and you said, "Oh, don't worry, you people should be going to Morocco. Later we'll come and meet you." That's what the players were told,
Mhm.
that they should be going to Morocco, that they will come later.
Mhm.
So imagine that when the Super Eagles are going to Morocco. Yes, I'm not saying everybody will go with them at once, but at least you will send some people that will go with them, just arrive with them, help them feel welcome, everything. And then maybe even if the president doesn't want to come from the beginning, they can come later. But they told the players, "Oh, good luck. We wish you all the best. Go, we'll come later."
Mhm.
That's how they
Like,
sent them off. They said,
and
"Go, we'll join you later." Imagine if, let's say, this FIFA Club World Cup that is going on now. Imagine if the FIFA president was not there from the first game. He went to go and attend somebody's wedding somewhere, and he told them, "Oh no, start the tournament. I'll come and join you later."
That is, and IoT, to back what you said up, during the sports festival, he just finished the sports festival. The next day, Shieldy goes to London to go and watch the Unity Cup match between
Mhm.
Nigeria and Jamaica. Just finished sports festival.
Mhm.
Next day, pam, London.
You see, because those ones they realize to them these are the important things.
Yeah.
But you
Even,
like the way they treat these women, and like I
yeah,
know, like I say this for a fact because I know I've heard from the players. In fact, the players were like, "Thank you for talking about this. We want you to talk about this," because they know that most people in Nigerian media don't talk about these kinds of things.
yeah.
Or how they just don't see them as important. They don't value them, and a lot of the time they'll talk about money. Oh, the Falcons don't make as much money, blah blah blah. But when you don't treat them with any value or any respect, how will they make money? How will people be excited
But
about them when you don't value them?
see, I want to ask you a question, just like slightly about the follow up. Talking about media now, not talking about the Falcons generally. Most of them now in Nigerian media now, they are in America reporting Messi. Do you think they're gonna, they are not giving these guys publicity because I expect that most of them to go to America. There's no Nigerian club in America. There's no Nigerian club there.
There's no Nigerian player.
Everybody, there's,
All the Nigerian players have come, so there's no this thing there that you are really going to do.
there's nothing. But people are there. I don't know the economic importance of that to Nigeria, but people are there. So, and we are going for the Mission X 10 title. It's tough. It's tough. But guys, I might likely go and check on the Falcons in Morocco. Don't worry, guys.
Because I even say, like, even for I don't blame, or let me not say I don't blame. I don't even talk about the media too much because at the end of the day, media is private. Private individuals, private organizations, whether I agree with them or not, they are free to do whatever they like.
Mm-hmm.
But for the NSC, for the NFF, those are public institutions, those are public
Mm-hmm.
organizations. You are not supposed to do whatever you like. You're supposed to do the right thing. And your national team should be priority over Ekong's charity match. I like William Trustekong. He's a good guy. He's doing good work. He's helping people. But the reality of it is that if Shehu Diko is supposed to choose between traveling with the Super Falcons or going to Ekong's charity match, he's supposed to tell Ekong sorry. That's what's supposed to happen. Ibrahim Gusso is supposed to tell Ekong sorry, I can't make it. I'm with the national team. That's what's supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
There is no if Oshowala, Ajibade, Nnadozie, Ucheibe should all come together to do charity match a day before Super Eagles is playing a friendly in let's say in Portugal. Similarly, let's be honest, would they attend the Super Eagles match or would they attend the charity event?
They were super good, man.
That's the reality. So the message you're just sending to these female players is that you don't matter. They told them, good luck, be going to Morocco, we'll come and join you later. Would they talk to Super Eagles like that?
Mm-hmm.
And like, see, somebody else left the comment. Like Ajibade said in the documentary that they did together, in when it comes to the Super Falcons, they say to whom nothing is given, a lot is expected. You give these players the bare minimum. I know that NFF now they'll be looking at, well, at least they have the new jersey now, so we've given them jersey. They should be happy. We put them in a nice hotel in Morocco now, so they should be happy. But I tell you this with good authority: the players don't feel valued at all. They don't feel appreciated at all. For this tournament, the motivation that they have for this tournament is all just their internal motivation, the motivation that they have as natural, as professional players, as competitors to go and win. They are not getting any external motivation from the NFF, whether it be by their presence, by their support, by their appreciation. No matter, like, none of that is there. Let's see at what point. Maybe they'll be there for the opening game. Maybe they'll come in semifinals. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But they shall said, we will come later. Don't worry. Just be going. Just be going. I think it's a shame, man. And I think that the NFF has to do better. And I challenge other people in the Nigerian media. They need to talk about these things more. We need to make them understand that these things, they cannot continue to treat the Super Falcons like they don't matter. They cannot continue to do it like that.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that the Super Eagles is the cash cow. The Super Eagles is the team that is the big one. We understand. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why not once have the players come and said, give us everything that you are giving the men. They've not come to ask for that. But at least give us the bare minimum. Give us respect. Give us value. Don't treat us like we're some random team. How can you be showing more support towards an under 20 national team than the Super Falcons that have won? You know, that they are going for their 10th trophy, and you cannot even appreciate, you cannot support them, you cannot, treat them with respect and value them. I think it's a very, very, very big shame. Shout out to Ogungba them for the support. Thank you very much. He said, Smith, it is the responsibility of NFF to attend the Falcons match. Diko is not obligated to attend Falcons match. So what he is saying is that, which I can even understand, even if Shehu Diko does not want to go, because okay, Shehu Diko is in charge of all sports in Nigeria, but at least the NFF that is in charge of football, the Super Falcons are under the jurisdiction of the NFF. They are the ones that should be there. So let's even say Shehu Diko wants to go for a charity match. Ibrahim Gusso is supposed to go with the Falcons, because I know this for a fact. If it was, and I will keep saying, if it was the Super Eagles that were playing against Portugal, it will be there in Portugal supporting the team. It will not go and attend the charity match, no matter who is hosting it. Like you also mentioned, Shea Udiko was in England a day after the sports festival to go and watch Unity Cup, but you cannot show half of that to the Super Falcons. I think it's a big shame. I hope that they do better. And I challenge my friends and my colleagues that work in media in any capacity, whether from content creation to traditional media. You guys should talk about these things, because the more people talk about these things, even if the NFF will not do better, even if the NSC will not do better for the Falcons, at least the fans and the people of Nigeria will be able to see and understand how these players are being treated and how these players are being undervalued. I wish the team all the very best, man. I wish the team all the very best. You guys know I'm very big when it comes to my support for the women's national team. I like a team that, or a person that doesn't get the love and support of everybody in the world. And the Super Falcons don't get love and support that they're supposed to get within Nigeria. Um, so I'm wishing them all the best. I believe that they will go and win the title. We have quality players. We have, players that want to win. This is a young ass squad. Other than Ajibade won it in 2018 as a youngster. Ohale has won it a couple times. Odega has won it a couple times. Oluwehi has won it. Oshwala has won it. But a lot of the players, most of the players in the squad are players that are fighting to win their first trophy with Nigeria. We have 11 players in the squad that are going to their first ever WAFCON. So you know that those 11 haven't won it. Then we have the likes of Onumonu, who has gone to one before but didn't win. Uchebe has gone to one before but didn't win. And other players here and there that are very, very motivated and want to win with Nigeria. They want to bring home this 10th crown. My hope and prayer is that if or when they do win the competition, at least maybe then they will show them some value and show them some respect. Maybe then. That's my hope and my prayer, because we cannot keep neglecting them. We cannot keep treating them like they are not important. We cannot keep doing that. We cannot keep doing that. We have to value our female football. If truly we want female football to grow in Nigeria, the way that can happen is by really, really, promoting them and pushing them out there. That's the way it can grow. That's the way it can grow. If not, then what are we asking for? What are we asking for? It's just anybody that does any kind of business knows this. If you want to make money, you have to spend money. You have to do things. You have to publicize your product or your service. You cannot not do any of that and expect people to come and sponsor you. You know, you are telling me that if you publicize Super Falcons well enough, even if it's maybe brands that usually tailor towards women, or anything like that, that will come and be sponsors for the tournament, even if it's not just for the tournament. But if you don't put any information out there, how do these brands get interested? But yeah, I'll leave it for there now. But I think that the NFF needs to do a lot more. Smilai, Looking forward to the tournament though.
Yeah,
What are you expecting from our Super Falcons?
as usual, I think we're going to breeze through the group stage and also the quarterfinals. I think the major block where can be bottleneck is the semi-finals. All play against the top four teams in Africa. Maybe probably play against Morocco, play against Zambia, against South Africa. That's where they actually will separate the girls from the ladies. Anyhow, but I just think that we have the players to do it, and I don't expect a tough group stage for Nigeria. So I expect Nigeria to breeze past that the group stage.
Mm.
We promise 1 hour. We're more than 1 hour.
Well, more than 1 hour,
I
yes.
know.
But we're going to wrap up soon. But yes, I also not prefer. I also expect us to breeze past the group stage. 3 wins out of three, I think we'll get at the group stage. And then it's a matter of how the players go and do in the knockout rounds. I hope that we are able to, I believe that we have the quality. But there are obviously little things that can affect here and there. At the last WAFCON, that semi-final, if we didn't concede those 2 red cards that we got, Ayinde and Ajibade, that
Mm-hmm.
match would have been totally different. Because if you guys remember, we even one player down, we scored a goal, and then we
Mm-hmm.
got another player down. They equalized. We lost on penalties.
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't get, so that's why if we didn't get those red cards, we probably would have beaten Morocco. The third place match, before the third place match, we did not train because the players were protesting. Can we avoid protesting this WAFCON? Pay them all their monies on time, give them all their bonuses, all their camp allowances, so that we will not have a boycott. We will not have any issue. Every tournament, especially when it comes to Super Falcons, every tournament, there's always something that they are boycotting or they are fighting for because of money. Just do everything that you need to do so that the players can just go there, do a job, and come back home. I am really rooting for the girls. I'll do a preview before each match. We'll talk about each match after it happens, and hopefully we support the team all the way to the trophy, to the 10th trophy. And let's see if they win. Maybe they will get MON attached to their name. As I mean, they gave Super Eagles MON for coming second. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, let's see what the players get when they do their own. The link has been posted, guys. So if you want to call in, we'll take maybe a handful of people because we're already over time. Um, and then we'll wrap up for today. So if you want to share your thoughts, please call in now and we'll get your opinion very, very quickly. Thank you very much, guys. Guys, please, this thing that I'm talking about, the mistreatment of Super Falcons, please, please, please tell people about it, talk about it, share it on your page. Let's get as much support as possible, and hopefully we can change the way the NFF sees these players and change the way that they do their things, even if it's by pressure, or at least let them just feel embarrassed about it. Maybe somebody will hear this now and will fly and join them tomorrow. You never know what our voices can do.